The following story has been brought to you by StoriesToInspire.org.
Rabbi Belzer, the great tzaddik, back when he was in Europe and he was just married, he came down with a severe illness, a sickness. And the doctor said to him, you cannot expose yourself to any sickness. It could literally kill you. And one of the things they said were super important he needs to avoid was immersing himself in the mikveh, the water, the purifying ritual waters of the mikveh that Hasidim and many others do every single morning so that they could start their day with that extra purity. And he said, you cannot go immerse yourself in that mikveh, very dangerous. Rabbi Belzer's father thought that maybe his son, in his yearning for that purity of the mikveh, may disregard the doctor. And so he called him into his office and he said, my son, I command you as your father, you are forbidden from immersing yourself in that mikveh. Okay. Everyone knew the risk and everyone heard of this conversation with his father. So one early winter morning, somebody in the town was quite shocked to see a figure pre-dawn walking towards the mikveh that they were pretty certain was the silhouette of Rabbi Belzer heading straight to the mikveh. How could that be? How could he disregard what his father said? And he goes, sure enough, the figure goes into the mikveh. And he's there 15 minutes, and then he sees him come out, and the person is in shock. How could it be? So the next morning, he wakes up even earlier, and he goes and he hides in the mikveh to see what happens. And sure enough, early in the morning, the door opens, and in comes Rabbi Belzer. He was right, it was him. And he's in shock. And it's cold, and it's dark. And he sees Rabbi Belzer get undressed and begin to head towards the bar, the pit that's filled with water. And this man cannot believe it, ignoring his father. And Rabbi Belzer takes one step down, two steps down, and he's standing right there. It looks like he's about to immerse himself in the water, about to take that third step, which will go into the water. And standing there just above the edge of the water, Rabbi stops and he says, I am fulfilling the command of my father, the mitzvah of obeying my father, not to immerse in the mikveh. And with that, he turned around, walked back up, got dressed, and left. If you're not going to go in, why do you have to go there? Because a Jew's job in life is to go as far as we can go. That's the command of our Father. Go as far as Hashem lets you go. Will we get all the way into the mikveh? Will we be able to purify ourselves and get the Yetzer Hara to leave us alone entirely? Or will we only manage to fight and gain an hour a day to get rid of one app, to get rid of one way in, to get rid of one breach, to gain one more hour of Torah learning, but maybe not everything that we can imagine will we manage to accomplish. That's not the point. The point is go as far as you can go. That's the job of a Jew. Go all the way to the edge of who you can be, to the edge of where Hashem allows you to go. And when we reach that edge, when we go to our maximum, that is when we have become the great Jews that have never left that mountain. That is when we become the great Jews that are bonded with Hashem for all eternity. That is when that marriage comes alive. Our soul shines and we light up the world. May we all be blessed by Hashem to fight and to never stop fighting, to grow and to never stop growing, and to live our entire lives holding on to Hashem with every ounce of strength, enhancing that relationship and lighting up the universe for what it truly exists for.
Enjoyed this story? Come again. Bring a friend. StoriesToInspire.org